Golden Time is a surprisingly good anime. Let's talk about it. But before we get into this video, I'd like to say I am Gorlok. Welcome to the channel. This is a brand new channel where I just talk about anime that I've watched, and I feel like I know what I'm talking about. I've watched so much anime, so let's talk about some anime. Let's get into it. Now, Golden Time is focused around a character named Banri Tada. He's a kid that, in high school, lost his memories due to an accident. Tragic. He fell off a fucking bridge. That is... What? Later on in the show, we learn about why he fell off the bridge and the characters involved, but now we're focused on him and his life in his new college. I don't know why he's going to college. This man doesn't need to go to college. He doesn't remember. How does he remember math? How does he remember anything? This is what I'm thinking about when I'm watching this show. I don't know. But you know what? He remembers enough to go to college, and I'm struggling, but this kid doesn't remember anything, and he's going, and he's just having a heck of a time. The show pretty much starts with Banri attending his first day of college when we meet a character named Yana. Coming up, cool Chad-like boy, really dope dude, comes up, says, hey, we now have a friend. And directly after Yana shows up, a taxi pulls up, and a girl named Coco jumps out and smacks Yana in the face. And I'm like, what the heck's going on here? This is the main girl, and she's smacking this other dude? Doesn't even know who our main character is. Come on now, this is Banri Tada. Now, the first few episodes are kind of focused around simp Banri trying to get noticed by Coco, our main female character. But at this time, Coco is obsessed with Yana. But they have a past together, and Yana kind of doesn't really like her, and that's a whole thing in and of itself. And Banri's kind of just in the middle of it. But unlike Yana, Banri actually likes Coco. She's cool, she's cute, you know, whatever. You know, she's a little crazy at times, but that's fine, because she's cute, and she dresses nice. Now, throughout this time, we also learn about other characters like 2D, and little girl that I forgot her name. And also a girl named Linda, sorry. Now, Linda's pretty important because she kind of starts a love triangle, and unlike most anime, this show actually does a good job of it because I actually care a little bit about Linda. She's a really sweet person, and from flashbacks that I've seen in the show, she's actually kind of cute, but nowadays she's got short hair. It doesn't suit her that well, and that's fine, you know, it's whatever. She's got the personality. That's all right. She's a great person. She's a good friend. That's so be, okay? Now, I'm not going to tell you too much about the story because I want you guys to watch it. Or if you've already watched the show, you already know what's going on in the show. So that's all I got to say about that. Now, when it comes to the characters, Banri seems like the generic, you know, anime character, you know, main character that you can kind of put yourself in their shoes. Except for, you know, when you learn about his amnesia problems, he's kind of got something going for him. Now we can actually think this guy has some problems. He's an actual character. We are watching a show. We don't need to put ourselves in the main character's shoes because it's his story. And that's great. I love that. But whenever Banri's past self comes up, he's a little bitch boy. And it's kind of annoying, but it's whatever. It adds tension to the show, and it makes me really interested. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Now, best girl Coco is just the sweetest thing. She's a little psychopathic, but that's okay because she's pretty and she is... Coco, 9 out of 10. Love her, but she can be a little psychopathic at times. Now let's talk about Yana. Yana is a interesting Chad boy that has his own problems too. And he also got left out of the loop when it comes to Banri's problems. But he is still a really good boy. He's like second or third best. Because then we learn about 2D, this anime loving guy that's kind of just pushed 3D girls away from it. It's hilarious. 2D is pretty much the glue of this friendship. He holds everything together. And although he doesn't get as much screen time as the other ones, he's a very likable guy, and he's very geeky and silly. And he's the typical side character male. His religion is literally just anime girls, and that's funny to me. I'll give 2D a 7 out of 10. I like him. Now we're going to talk about the girl. I forgot her name. You know, I'm not even talking about her. Never mind. She's not really a good character in my opinion. And yeah, it's kind of it. She's got her own problems. Everybody's got their own problems in this show. I'll give her a 4 out of 10. I don't really care for her. She doesn't really add to the story. She's kind of just there. Now we talk about Linda. Sweet character. Very nice, good friend to our main character, Banri. And I'll give her a 7 out of 10 as well. She's a really nice person. Her personality is what really stands out in the show. Now, the one real big gripe I had about the show was the art style. The show came out in 2014, and it looks like it's from 2010, maybe even before that. I mean, shows like Toradora back in 2008 came out, and that animation was amazing. But Golden Time kind of just looks like a generic anime, and I feel like a show this good deserves something way better. Like, sir, what are you doing? Even in the scenes where there's rotoscoping or whatever it's called, and the animation's super fluent and stuff, it looks like they're struggling. However, I can't dog the animation too much, because recently I have been a little spoiled. I've been watching shows like Wonder Egg Priority and Miss Kobayashi's Dragon Maid, where the animation's known for being amazing and very fluent. I mean, at least the character design is consistently decent, and that says a lot for anime even today. The end verdict is Golden Time is definitely worth the watch. It was very relatable with Yana and his film club and college as a whole. I felt like these characters were kind of realistic in just a weird situation that you don't see a lot of the times. And I really think that the way the characters handle situations is extremely realistic, because instead of holding it off for like 7 episodes and getting in trouble, a lot of the times the characters are just straight up with each other, and that's how everybody should be. Overall, the show left an impact on me, and it made me start this channel in the first place. I will give it a 9 out of 10. It wasn't perfect, but it had a lot going for it, and honestly, the animation of it gave me a nostalgic feeling that brought me back to the 2000s era of anime. I felt like a kid again. I loved it. Have you guys watched Golden Time? If you have, drop your rating down below. Tell me what you think, and well, I'm Gorlok, and you're the viewer, and I'll see you guys next week. Thanks for watching.